And when it comes to achieving goals, one of the most important things for us to do to keep motivated towards achieving those goals is to recognize growth when it shows itself. Let me try to illustrate how that works. When I sacrificed gambling and gaming to try and work on and achieve my goals, what happened was, and I only realized this today, really, just a little while ago in meditation for this talk. What happens is when you do that and you give it some time, something will fill that void. For me, it was an enormous void that I created. Getting rid of that gambling and gaming, that was an enormous void. What filled that void for me was creativity. What changed about my work here is that my focus shifted from these. That doesn't matter. What I'm trying to illustrate is how to achieve the goal. What you need to recognize then, if you make a sacrifice like that and give it some time to simmer in your consciousness, in your mind, suddenly you will recognize the thing that filled that void. If the thing that filled that void is better, gets you closer to achieving your goals, you need to recognize that as progress. If the thing that filled that void is just another version of the same thing, let's say I started sports gambling and I really cared about athletes and stats or something instead of gaming and gambling the way I have done traditionally, classically, whatever. If the thing I used to fill the void of the thing I sacrificed is just another version of the same thing, you're not really making progress. I can't be judgmental about it. Maybe in some way you are, but I think the likeliness of that is low. But what filled the void for me was all of this increased focus and concentration and the structuring of the kind of work I want to do. To recognize that is growth. To recognize things like that keeps you motivated to continue to achieve your goals. Because when you're doing what I'm doing, all of your time is spent in like meditation, reflection, trying to achieve productive mind wandering, which leads to focus and flow. You can really easily distract yourself and get discouraged. Because some days you just feel mean. Some days you just are unsatisfied. And those days can really slow you down. When you get slowed down like that, it's very helpful to have something to lean on that says, but look, there is growth. There is a process I am undergoing that I can recognize, and it is headed in the direction I have chosen for my life. I can't tell you how important that is to have. And it's not something that is unique to me. It's any of us can do this. I'm not special. I'm not unique in any way. You can do this. I can do it. I don't want to hold a seminar to explain it to you. I want to share it with you and move on. I don't want to sell you merchandise or any of that crap. I think we live in a time of extraordinary opportunity. And I think we live in a time where it has never been easier to completely miss that. Like the world I live in and the news and algorithms I am subjected to can easily convince me that this is a time where all opportunity is ending, when I think the exact reverse is true.